A second bond hearing for YNW Melly has been scheduled for Tuesday, May 6, 2025, according to the Broward County Clerk. Melly's attorney, Raven Liberty, will be presenting arguments for the rapper's bond. A lawyer present in the courtroom during the announcement shared their thoughts. Judge Fiend in the Melly case appears to be seriously considering a dismissal. He looks frustrated, and the state continues to treat this as a minor inconvenience, ignoring orders and failing to prepare properly for hearings, a problem that has plagued Melly's trials and hearings for quite some time. However, Melly's defense team provided compelling reasons for his release, keeping their argument straightforward. They pointed out that during the original trial, no firearm was ever found, which supports Melly's theory that the incident could have been a drive-by shooting.
The first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for the discernation because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
In addition to their arguments, Melly's defense team presented GPS evidence from the time of the crime, showing that Melly's cell phone was in his pocket. The GPS data reveals that Melly was running down a street and hiding in a bush during the incident, supporting his claim that he was not—
That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot him. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sam and Juby? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're—
Judge Fee has a history of granting defendants opportunities for release before their trial begins, much like in the case of Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah. After her release from jail, Mariah expressed gratitude to her friends and family for their support during her detention in a Facebook post on Sunday, February 9th. The post read, "Into my village, thank you to my village, I love you all so much. God's plan, not mine." Although she reportedly wasn't pleased with how her situation was covered by the local news, she was—
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
This eventually led to Judge Fiend raising his voice at the prosecutors, telling them that YNW Melly would be released unless they provided a valid reason to deny his release. It was then announced that Melly would have to make an informed decision about which lawyers he wanted to represent him. Having been in jail for 2,159 days, this revelation caught everyone, including—
Let me repeat myself. Mr. Demons has to make an informed decision about who he wants as lawyers. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office, but I can, as I said, I'm just asking for a week, and then I'm asking for at least a day or two.
You can decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
The judge, shocked that YNW Melly had been sitting in jail for over 2,100 days, turned to the prosecutors and said, "Give us a reason why he shouldn't be free, or I'm releasing him on bond." In response, the prosecutors presented several reasons why Melly should remain in custody. One of the key revelations was that a rogue member of the O-Block gang had allegedly snitched on Melly, claiming that the motive behind the crime was Melly's refusal to share his finances with other YNW members. This disclosure added to the complexity of the case, leaving the question of Melly's guilt more intense.
Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, if when people can say something without saying. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me, bro. Why you put that, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
This was meant to be a secret that YNW Melly confided in King Von many years ago, but sadly, Vaughn shared it with O-Block members before his passing. YNW is a registered business LLC, where Melly and Bortlen performed concerts, sold merchandise, and did promotions, with all the earnings funneled into the YW LLC bank account. Initially, the profits were split 4 ways among the members. However, over time, Melly grew frustrated as Sack Chaser and Juvie weren't contributing to the work yet were still receiving half of the split. If you know anything about how King Von handled his own situations, you could probably guess how he would have advised Melly to deal with this. But things took a turn for the worse when evidence was found on Melly's phone. Hours after the crime, he sent a text message literally, admitting to it.
PC Campaign account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Additionally, investigators found a saved video on Melly's phone from someone's Facebook Live, showing Melly and Bortlen's reaction to the crime just 6 hours after it occurred. In the video, the two are seen recording a music video in a parking lot, raising further questions about their involvement and state of mind shortly.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. She's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still turned. Regardless of what happened, you already know.
The video showed no hint of remorse from Melly and Bortlen for the deaths of their two best friends. This led the lead prosecutor to present physical evidence from the crime, including details about the Jeep they were driving. Addressing Judge Fiend, the prosecutor argued that there was no way the incident could have been a drive-by, referencing evidence.
How many rounds were inside?
3. From the driver's side back seat.
As to Christopher Thomas, where did that emanate from?
Driver's side back seat.
Oh.
My determination was that this is not a drive-by, and it's based upon this picture here at a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moving in that.
Williams revealed that the crime must have occurred inside the vehicle, prompting YNW Juvie's mother to take the stand. She testified about who was sitting in the back left seat during the incident, adding,
Can you state your name? You told me your name for the jury.
Leon Phillips.
And are you related to one of the victims in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
His mother,
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
Unfortunately, the prosecutors weren't done yet. They devised a strategy to pressure YNW Bortlen into testifying against YNW Melly. The prosecutors are now submitting paperwork to have both Bortlen and Melly tried together for one specific reason, an issue that could significantly impact the case.
Here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together, just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. They're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.